Right, here we go. Back once again with the monumental task of picking the sexiest kit in Italy. One that certainly isn't in danger of winning that award is Lecce. A kit that looks more like the rear end of a NASCAR. Very uninspiring, the heel of the Italian peninsula is sitting in the relegation zone at 40. I can only apologise, but someone has to be bottom, I'm afraid. Christ, so the two biggest things that got me with this one, can you guess? The colour. As a male, my ability to distinguish subtle colours is shocking, but is this orange? Is it red? Whatever it is, I don't like it. Reminds me of my nan's curtains. Secondly, the white writing sponsor. The alignment to the left kind of freaks me out, like low key. It's gotta be central and it's gotta be symmetrical, like I don't make the rules. Absolutely perverse what they've got going on here. Oi oi oi. So, getting 1 point higher than their own away kit. I was probably too harsh with this one. I'm sure you'll put it in the comments and let me know, but the left aligned sponsor just pisses me off to look at it, man. I do love the single vertical stripe down the middle. Reminds me of Ajax, classic look, but I just can't see past that goddamn sponsor. I'm sorry Udinese, but do better. Lecce again. So, middle of the road, inoffensive, but wholly unambitious. Lecce's kit colours are a classic, but the sheer mediocrity of it meant it had to be down the middle. Not bad, not good, it just exists. It's very NPC of a kit. Man, I feel bad. I mean, we bullied just two teams in the bottom four spaces, but I swear these scores are done in secret, separate from each other. No intentional bullying whatsoever, I promise. Tell me I'm wrong here, guys, but one to add to the football conspiracy theories alongside PSG only playing at night or signing Alvaro Morata as a form of money laundering. But I swear Sassuolo have never changed their kit. Hear me out. I know the green and black stripes is their deal. That's how they look. Cool. I get it. But tell me, have they ever had a different kit? Like, there's no chance fans have been buying new kits every season. I swear it's the same sponsor, same kit manufacturer, same look, same players. Looking at you, Berardi. An absolute groundhog day of a kit and a club. Oh boy, you know me, I love a pink kit. Highly underrated, and of course my own team, Moray Mental Health Football Club, rock the look. Check us out on social media and buy a kit if you haven't already. But anyway, but for pink to be a valued part of the kit, it has to take the stage and be bold. If you're just going to have it as a bit part player, it just loses its daring, it loses its impact. So Adidas, Juve, please exit through the gift shop and move along, please. The first controversial take of the day. It all comes down to the generic Nike template of 2023-24. I mean, it's easily smashing €100, and I mean for what? But at least they've ditched the crypto sponsor, so positive. Good to see Mizuno back in the European market, but they've really dropped the ball here. Some would argue it's a classic look, old school. I just think it's boring. Nothing about it screams unique. If it didn't have a Lazio badge on it, you wouldn't be able to figure out who it is by any sort of metric. Surprising Dave gave it such a good score. I mean, fair play, but he's always had an affinity to clubs that play in blue. Fair play, Monza. I had no idea Motorola still existed. So you know what I'm going to say here. The single vertical stripe saved this one. It distinguishes it from the rest of the league, but not enough to garner more than a 5 for me. I do enjoy the fact that they were trying to think of an away kit and they just said, fuck it, let's just flip the colours and get it out. Berlusconi's Bunga Boys yet again. Although I have out of 5, like its away counterpart, I will say I find it very soothing that the kit, badge and colours just blend seamlessly. No fucking about, red and white, that's it, no more, no less.
In 30th place, we've got the home top from Torino. In all honesty, this wasn't too bad a top. I think the only thing that really put me off it was the top half of it looks just a bit too busy for me. This probably would have got a higher score from me if it was all a bit more spaced out, I think. Now we have the away top from Salernitana. I'm not a huge fan of this one, but it did enough to avoid being anywhere near those pesky relegation places. I'm not sure how I feel about the colour combination, however the wave theme throughout just gives it that bit of pizzazz for me. And now we have the Lazio away top. This is a prime example of a top I didn't really like at first, however the more I looked at it, the more it started to grow on me. I quite like the Italian flag's tricolour being incorporated into the cuffs of the sleeves there. It adds quite a nice touch for me, I think. The only thing I wasn't sure about is it seems to have a different badge to the home top. Any Lazio fans watching, feel free to comment why this is. Now we have the away offering this time from Torino. For my comments on this top, I'm just going to refer you back to my comments on their home one. I think that would pretty much cover my views on this one here. And now we have the Empoli home top. This is a pretty tame offering from Kappa here. There's not much risk taken with the design of this kit. I feel this simple offering, which is why I've only given them a 6. It looks like Matty and I are on the same wavelength of this one, which really doesn't happen all often. And now we have the Cagliari away top. Now I was about to just have a rant at this one at Matty for only giving this one a 4. It's almost scandalous, to be honest with you. However, I think I can see why he scored it so low. I do get that the sponsor logos and the colour of them really don't go well with the rest of the top. However, we all know how much of a slut I am for a coloured football top, so I was able to look past this. It is a stunning looking top. Well done, Cagliari. And now we have Sassuolo. I think that's how you pronounce it. Seemingly the away top here is inspired by Specialism. This is an art movement founded by Argentine-Italian artist Lucio Fontana in Milan in 1947, in which he proposed to synthesize colour, sound, space, movement and time into a new type of art. That's really all I've got about to say with this top, to be honest with you. That's the only thing interesting I could add to this one. And now we have the home top from Hellas Verona. This is another pretty decent kit in Serie A this season from Jumbo. I like the dark blue and yellow together. Apparently as well, they used recycled fabric in the production of this kit, which is pretty cool, especially during the current climate issues. The only fault with this top is just that sponsor positioning for me. And now we have the Empoli away top. This is fairly similar to their home one. It only scored marginally higher for me, as it looks slightly better in white than it does in blue. And that's all I've got to say on this one. And now rounding off for me, before I hand back to Matty, is the home top from Genoa. It's a pretty solid effort from Kappa this time. I've kept them to their classic half and half colours, with the sleeves opposite colours to the shirt halves. I really didn't mind this one at all, not bad.
Zeus isn't a brand we get over here in Scotland, not to my knowledge anyway. So it's a pleasant surprise for me to be seeing these underdog brands making appearances. With that being said, the reason it got just above a mid-card rating was the collar. A very nice choice that give it a little bit more than its fellow compares. Forgive me, Claudio, a man that's brought me so much joy in my life. I wish I could have given the Sardinians a positive score here, but man. The colours of the club deserve to be in a crisper mould. The release they had a few seasons back by Adidas, as worn by Raja, is a core memory for me, and I can't see past that when it comes to any other Cagliari kit. This one just felt like it was a smudged painting with a sponsor slapped on it. As much as it pained me, Adidas did a good job here. The yellow keeps the black and white stripes fresh, A difficult task in my opinion, although the fuzziness does give me a migraine if I stare too long. Tried to get a photo of Pogba in this bad boy, but I guess he hasn't played enough to be featured. I wonder why that is. Puma is just one of those brands that gives 7 out of 10 energy, isn't it? You don't find yourself watching their adverts thinking, I need that, I will drop kick a child to get those trainers. You think, I'd be very happy if I got that as a gift. I feel like they could be doing so much better for Milan, but again, if you got this as a gift, happy man I'd say. Abso-fucking-lutely rate the sash. Can't say that too loudly in Scotland though. In all honesty, I probably should have given this an 8. Feels slightly bad for Inter now. Other league kit rankings this would have easily been top 10, possibly top 5. But in comparison to other clubs in what I think is the most iconic football shirt league in the world, it shows the level of competition that they're dealing with. Dave man, you're killing me. A 9? Really? I'm sorry to our friends in Bergamo, but I really have nothing to say on this one. Mid. Okay, fine. I'll say something on Atalanta. I would have given this a 7, as I like the pin hoops, but if it weren't for the cock-shaped neckline, you can all see it. Don't pretend you don't see it. When Napoli announced their partnership with Emporio Armani, I thought this would be an absolute game changer for the kit world. I imagined them kicking down the door with a cigarette, ready to fuck shit up. And they haven't. They've come into the room, quietly sat down at the table, and just done what they've been paid to do. Release a kit. To be honest, I think the reason I gave it a 7 was because it is Armani. If this was made by Zeus, for example, I probably would have given it a 5. I mean, do better. My fair Verona. Joma doing a much better job here than they did for Atalanta. Albeit not a huge amount of creativity here. I know a lot of clubs will demand a traditional, no-nonsense look, but I'd like to see a little more showmanship. I'd smile if I was Josh Doig pulling on this one, but I wouldn't be beaming. I think it goes without saying, I have a mad affinity for Kappa. Everything from their badge to their creativity is superb for me. A 7 for Kappa from me is the basement rating you would get. Similar to the Verona kit you saw in the previous slide, but with 2 colours. We'd be more than happy to get this in a mystery box. If there is any mystery box companies out there that fancy sponsoring us, we will sell out. Absolutely reach out to us. And now on to Dave with the top 10.
Back to me again now. This is the top 10 of the Serie kits this season. And at number 10 we've got the home top from Salernitana. Again, it's not a bad top really when you think about it. It kind of puts me in mind of an old retro Hutch top for all you Scottish football fans out there. The sponsored being so high is a major turn off for me, otherwise this top could have got at least an 8 for me. And now in at 9th place we have the home top from Napoli. It's another decent kit and another one featuring the tricolours of the Italian flag this season. I just really wish the manufacturers would stop putting the sponsor so high up on the tops though. It's the only downfall for me with some of these kits. And now we have the home top from Bologna, who are led by Captain Fantastic Lewis Ferguson. This is an absolute work of art, a masterstroke, a magical offering from Macron and Bologna. I love the Bologna badge appearing throughout the top in embossed graphics, that cheeky wee collar there as well. The sponsor logo was literally the only thing that stopped this from getting a 10. I can't believe Matt only gave this one a 6 though. I wholeheartedly apologise to the fine people of Bologna on Matt's behalf. He can and will do better. I will make sure of it next time. Next up is the away top from Frosinone. Again, apologies for my pronunciation. This is another cracker of a top, this time from Zeus and Frosinone. The white with the blue and yellow trims on the sleeves and the collar go well with each other. I mean, that buttoned collar is just something to behold, isn't it? Just look at that, it's beautiful. And now we have the Milan away top. While not up there with the classic Milan kits of years gone by, I really like this one. The silver of the badge against the black and red stripes looks really good. I would not be scared to buy this one if I had the money. And now we're into the top 5. In at 5th place is the away offering from Bologna. This is definitely my favourite of the Bologna tops this season. I love that diagonal stripe going down the top, the placement of the club badge in the middle there, obviously the collar on the top as well. It's just an absolutely stunning top. I am in love with this sexy little number. At 4th place we have the home top from Roma. An absolutely very decent top from Adidas and Roma here, looking like a classic Spain top from recent years for me. However, I have seen better ones from Roma, but in saying that I still really do like this top. And in 3rd place, taking that bronze position, as we are staying with Roma, this time for their away top. Again, it's not a bad top from Roma, however I don't think it's quite as nice as their home one, for me anyway. It's certainly not nice enough to warrant a 10, unlike a certain other person in this video. No names, Matt. And taking the runner-up position is the home top from Fiorentina. This is another stunning effort from Fiorentina, who have a long history of bringing out absolute banging kits. I really do like this kit. The only thing for me is the design of those intertwining lilies on the top. There's maybe just too much of it on there for me. I think if I wasn't quite as busy on that front, then this would have got a 10 for me. And in 1st place, staying in Florence, is the away top from Fiorentina. Now this. If this same design featured on the home top, we could well have had the home top as our champion. Instead, this accolade goes to their away kit. The only thing preventing that magical Dave 10 was the lack of a collar. If this had the collar, this certainly would have gotten that sweet 10. Well done Kappa and Fiorentina, you are our Serie A season 23-24 kit rating champions. Well done.